No company that is innocent of any involvement with the Nigerian military and human rights abuses would settle out of court for $15.5 million. It clearly shows that they have something to hide.
Shell's operation in Nigeria is one of its key production lines, but the country has been ruled by a number of military dictators who the company has had to do business with. Ken Saro-Wiwa had mobilised his Ogoni people against the environmental destruction they claimed Shell's vast operations had caused, and against the military regime's failure to pass on any of the benefits of the region's oil. Channel 4 News has obtained court documents that would have been used by the plaintiffs that allegedly detail how much Shell was involved in the Nigerian clampdown on the Ogoni people and their protest movement. In 1990, Shell sent this letter to a Nigerian police commissioner requesting Mobil's services. After expressing concerns of an impending attack by the local community, Shell's divisional manager wrote, "We request that you urgently provide us with security protection, preferably mobile police force at this location." Shell denied they knew of Mobil's brutality, but they'd used their services 3 years earlier to police a peaceful protest. 2 civilians were killed and 40 houses destroyed. By 1992, Saro-Wiwa's protests were gaining momentum, but the military regime was determined to stop him. They arrested him, locking him up for months. The next year, 300,000 Ogoni people took to the streets, over half their number, marching through their towns and villages in protest. But a clampdown was on the way. President Sani Abacha came to power, the country's most brutal leader. The government sent troops into the Ogoni region. One policeman stationed at the entrance to one Shell terminal in 1993 said in a deposition that the army had arrived one night. A soldier had spoken to him. He told me that they were going to Ogoni. The policeman had also seen armed mobile police at the terminal, arriving on board the oil company's own transport. The Mobil arrived through Shell helicopter. By then, Shell was working side by side with Abacha's government. In August, an account of a series of meetings held between Sir Philip Watts, the then managing director of Shell Nigeria, the interim president of Nigeria, the inspector of police and the head of state security, was sent to Shell's office in London and The Hague. It stated police reinforcements have been ordered and troops would be sent in if necessary. The following year, Saro-Wiwa was again arrested and imprisoned. Another fax then from the head of Shell Nigeria to colleagues in London admitted that the use of local security impinges on our no military protection stance. Another deposition, this time given by a fisherman, explained how in 1994 he was stopped by what he called Shell police, who'd asked if he and his friends were Ogoni people. We answered, yes, we are Ogoni. We thought there was a message for Ogoni people. As soon as we accepted that we were Ogoni, they battened me. The following year, Saro-Wiwa and 8 other Ogoni leaders are put on trial. The military regime charges them with incitement to murder over the deaths of 4 other leaders and quickly finds them guilty. They are all hanged on the 10th of November. 5 days later, the chairman of Shell's managing directors wrote to Prime Minister John Major. The project will make a major contribution to environmental improvement in the region and is expected to bring important benefits to the local community. Shell has been accused of being in collusion with the military. We emphatically deny such charges. We do not wish for military presence to maintain operations.
Well, despite all the denials throughout the years, Shell were working in partnership with the Nigerian military, people who they knew could commit human rights abuses. They armed, transported and paid the Nigerian military in the full knowledge that they could go on and commit human rights abuses. It was happening right under Shell's nose and they helped it to happen.